Hello everyone, welcome back to Shady Movie Reviews, and today we're talking about Annabelle Comes Home. So Annabelle Comes Home, the third installment in the Annabelle series and the fifth addition into the Conjuring cinematic universe. And all I have to say to that is, just because you make your movies into a cinematic universe doesn't make them good. See my point? Alright, so let's just dive right into the plot of this film. Alright, so in the movie Annabelle Comes Home, we follow the characters Ed and Lorraine Warren and their daughter Judy Warren. In this story, Judy's babysitter Mary is putting together a birthday celebration for Judy while Mr. and Mrs. Warren are out of town on some paranormal business. Mary's best friend Daniela convinces Mary to let her come over to the Warrens to hang out, but Daniela actually has ulterior motives for being at the Warrens. And in the process, she lets out all the evil spirits out of the Warrens' secret vault, specifically Annabelle. And now Mary has to save Daniela and Judy from the demon doll and get Annabelle locked back in her case to stop all the evil spirits. Otherwise, unlike Annabelle, these girls will never make it home. Alright, so on to my positives and what I liked about the film. Alright, so one thing I really liked about this film is that a lot of horror movies tend to stick to only having one monster or one demon. But in this movie, instead of there just being one demon or one ghost, for once the movie decided to be like, hey, why don't we put multiple demons or multiple ghosts into one story? And there's supposed to be a lot in this film, but at last I checked, I only counted 5 distinct different demons / entities. And then the other thing that I really wanted to talk about was this movie had a couple good suspenseful moments and a small handful of good scares, but the rest was Alright, so on to my negatives and what I disliked about the film. Alright, so one of the things I disliked about this film was that I just felt this movie was just really boring. Like, I found the plot boring, overused, and just cookie cutter horror. And there's nothing worse than cookie cutter horror. Okay, maybe I lied. That's worse. And then another thing I didn't like, I really thought the ending was stupid. Now here's the thing. It's all about execution, guys. Like, if you want to have a simple ending and a simple solution in a horror film, good. That's awesome. But execute it well. You have to sell me on it. And I can't talk about it because, spoilers. But it was just, it's as simple as you think it is. How about that? And then, before I get to my next point, I just want to bring something up. I feel like I'm going to have a bunch of people with pitchforks in my comments after I say this. But why does it seem like anytime there's a horror film and you put a girl in it, the girl's always got to do some dumb shit to unlock some evil spirits and kill all of her guy friends and other girlfriends? I don't know what it is with girls in horror movies, man, but it's not about it. Not like this is what I'm talking about, guys. Girls shouldn't be in charge of demonic books that can raise the dead or unlock some secret demon that can take your soul. Like, girls should not be handling this shit, man. Because girls out here really be reading these demonic books like it's 50 Shades of Grey or something. Alright, so on to my next point. So the acting in this movie just really wasn't believable. And it wasn't that the acting was horrible. It was the relationships between the characters. Like, there was this dorky love interest guy, and I didn't believe it. Like, I was like, he liked the main character, the girl. I was like, nah, I don't really buy it. And then the last thing I want to go over is that the ideas, I just want to say that the ideas in this weren't bad ideas. They just weren't executed well enough. Because if they were executed well enough, it would have been a good film. Alright, so on to my judgment and movie score. Alright, time to bust out the shady meter. Alright, so to start off, I'm going to have to give the plot of this film a solid 4.7 out of 10 because, like I said before, this movie was just a mess. It was boring. It was copy and paste from just any horror film you could think of. And then I'm going to go ahead and give the acting a solid 4.2 out of 10 just because, like I said before, the acting wasn't bad on its own, but the character relationships were just really bad and just not believable. Between the love interest dorky guy and the main character and her friend, and it felt weird, it felt jarring, and it didn't work well, it didn't mesh well with the characters. I felt like the writers didn't really care that much. I really got that feeling watching the movie, and really struggling to stay awake in this film. And then I'm gonna have to go ahead and give the script a solid 5.2 out of 10 because this movie, although it was really bad, I do give it the credit of I see the direction they were going, and although their execution was horrible, I do recognize that the film was really good in the direction they were going. And then for the structure and pacing, I'm going to have to go ahead and just give this film a 3.8 out of 10 because the pacing was just horrible. Like, this movie was just really, really boring, and it's one of those films that's like, hey, let's save all the scary scenes until like the last 20 minutes and then let's have all this pointless build-up. And there has actually been a movie that showed me this and did this, and it actually worked really well, which was Hereditary. I'm a really huge fan of that film. But it worked in that film, but it didn't work here. I was really sad walking out of this movie, guys, because I really do love the Conjuring movies, like Conjuring 1 and 2 I did really enjoy. But so far, all the Annabelle movies have just been very disappointing to me, and it's really sad because I do love horror films, and it's just paced horribly, put me to sleep. And then for my overall score, guys, I'm gonna have to give Annabelle Comes Home a solid 4.3 out of 10. So if you guys are gonna go see Annabelle Comes Home in theaters, just know Annabelle Comes Home is extremely shady. So Annabelle, have you guys seen it? Have you guys not? Jump down in the comment section. Let's start a conversation. Remember to like, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.